Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala Sayyidina Rasulillah wa alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. So we are continuing our discussion on the 40 acts, every one of which comes in a hadith or they are coupled in a hadith, in which the Prophet ﷺ said any one of these acts are an act that the reward of doing this act would be paradise. So this can be thought of acts of paradise or the path to paradise, etc. So for today we are going to look at number 27, 28 and 29, and that is because they come in together such in a hadith that is narrated by both Bukhari and Muslim. So number 27 is helping a person with the riding animal. Now, as I've stated in some of the other episodes, we can extrapolate because extrapolation is one of our interpretive tools. So this is not literally, or that's not the right word. This is not specifically, rather, that's the right word. It's not specific to a riding animal, but rather helping someone with their means of transportation. So in the context of the revelation of the Prophet ﷺ and up until the industrial age, of course, riding animals, either riding the animal themselves or an animal drawn cart or carriage or such another, or chariot, whatever, those would be means of transportation. But of course now we have other means of transportation. So if someone's on their bike or someone's in their car or somebody's using public transportation, etc., all of those would count. So helping somebody in their means of transportation, helping somebody go from point A to point B, helping somebody, let's use some common examples, helping somebody change their tires, helping somebody whose car battery is dead. It happens all the time at the mosque, late at night when we're leaving and you're the last man out and then, or last woman out and somebody's car doesn't start. So spending the extra 15, 20 minutes to give that person a jump. Now, of course, you can call or help get a service to do that if you don't have jumper cables. I don't know if people have jumper cables anymore. Maybe I'm dating myself. I still have jumper cables, but nonetheless, helping that person either directly or staying with them or making sure that they're safe, or if the weather is cold, why don't you hop in while the tow truck comes, whatever. Just giving off the top of my head some modern manifestations of that. But helping somebody in the riding transport. The Prophet ﷺ said that this act is one of the acts that can take you to paradise. Very easy and common human courtesy. Number 28 is being just between two people, meaning between two people that are vying or are competing or are arguing with one another. So to be an honest broker. And this is easier said than done. Unlike helping somebody with a riding animal, this one does require a little bit of finesse, requires a little bit of wisdom, because you have to be unbiased. And it's very easy. People come to me all the time, oftentimes couples, and there'll be disputes between them. And people assume, because I'm a man and I usually interact with the men in the mosque more, for example, somehow I'm going to be on the man's side and all that kind of stuff. And there are all of these assumptions. And it's very important in this case when somebody comes to me, or in your case if somebody comes to you, that you have to really remove yourself and you have to be fair and just, equitable and balanced, to find out where the truth is. We in English we say blind justice. Even the statue of justice in many courts' house is the woman holding the scales and she's blindfolded, because the idea is that justice is supposed to be blind. Now we don't want justice to be necessarily blind as much as we want it to be merciful and equitable. So helping to be upright and arbitrating between people who are in a dispute, if you should happen to find yourself in that situation, is important. It requires you to be calm and composed, not to become angry, not to be quick to judge, but to listen to everything and to think about it. And, sometimes you pray istikhara even, just to make sure that your answer is guided. So that's number 28. And number 29, the last one for today, it's very beautiful. The Prophet ﷺ said, Al-kalimatu tayyiba, the kind or beautiful word. And this is another easy one. It's very easy for us to be curt with one another, to be quick, to be sharp, to be rude even, but to say something that's nice, to put a smile on someone's face by saying something nice, saying something that's easygoing. The way I studied when I was at Al-Azhar, and very much a function of that open class type of atmosphere, is that there's a lot of joking and playing. The sheikh will always taunt you, make fun of you, like in a kind way, say funny stories, to reiterate, even to the extent of joking. And this is to make the subject matter light, but also to make the sheikh approachable and to make the students want to enjoy. So to say something that is kind, this doesn't mean to be a clown, but rather not to always be serious or to be frowning with people, but to be optimistic and happy and saying something that encourages people and putting a smile on somebody. This can go a long way. I mean, this right here, we could do a whole series just on this one act. Saying a kind word, saying a kind sentence, complimenting, encouraging, motivating. It's all of these manifestations of the same concept. It's very important for married couples. It's very important for parents towards their children, and also for children towards their parents. It's very important for neighbors. It's very important for friends. It's very important for community members. That life can be difficult for people, and we don't know the burden that people carry. And we should not assume that people are just they got everything figured out, but rather we should always be there to lend something that is kind and to help ease the burden of people, even if we don't know what those burdens are. So those are the three for today, and inshallah we will continue our discussion. Wallahu ta'ala a'la wa a'lam.